You're all very, very welcome. And we're here and we're going to talk about girls' development. That's the idea of tonight's workshop. Probably most of us sitting in this room are volunteers. So on behalf of all the girls and all the youngsters that you interact with, thank you so much for coming and listening and taking part in the workshop tonight. Can I ask you to choose who was your favourite teacher or coach at school? They're role models.
Basically for me, football started on a square pitch, Liverpool 24, family of 7, 4 brothers, 3 sisters, all played football. I had no choice. For me, it was the norm for girls to play football. Played in the first Women's FA Cup final at Old Trafford, Manchester United, and we won. Fantastic, amazing opportunity. So then my life changed completely. You go from one stage of it to the next, and I'm going to separate it because that's basically my background, how I grew up, you know, probably what shaped me as a player, my playing career, everything else that goes with that. I then got picked for England. I had a 6-year spell at just coming up to 29 is a fantastic achievement, in my opinion. I got 42 international caps. For me, that's like unbelievable. But as a coach now, I look back and think, well, if I'd have had different opportunities, those 42 caps might have been different. I might, maybe the scouting system, maybe the coaches who I was working at that time might have guided me a little bit differently as part of my personal development. So there's lots of things that I've explored from myself and maybe looking at how we can help, I can help when I'm working with, you know, the players that we work with now. Probably the biggest achievement of my playing, whatever role, was under-19 player made a transition from the under-19s to the first team, and she sent me her first international shirt and a letter of saying, thank you, you invested in me, appreciate the time of it. I've influenced her slightly. It, for me, is as good as a gold medal at any stage. We had an 8-year-old. She made a debut in the Champions League for Everton last November. To me, that's as good as winning the Champions League. Working class kid, carried on doing education, played in a Champions League, been successful, now got a WSL contract, is earning a living in football. For me, that's a powerful influence as a coach, as a person. You've got, and she, you know, she spoke to me the other day and she went, Mo, thank God you used to shout at me. This is her version. Thank God you used to shout at me because all my mates are doing drugs now.
We're really struggling with role models. If we haven't got role models to actually participate, we ain't going to get any role models to be coaches. It's just not going to happen. So we, as our coaches at our clubs and greater sport, we really need to think about, actually, what can we do in our system to get more women coaching, which will actually knock on to more girls playing our sports. We can't get girls playing cricket at some of our clubs. Too busy with all the lad stuff. And if they do, it's one girl playing in a team of maybe 10, 15. How would you feel constantly, week after week, playing with the lads? What's your name?
Karen.
Karen, how would you feel?
I wouldn't
be honest.
I wouldn't be playing.
Brilliant. We've got a live example tonight. She wouldn't be playing. If they don't play out, they don't experience these kind of different movement skills, we've got problems. Because even when you're playing cricket and you can't deal with being pushed or, you know, you're going to change direction, we've got a problem. So let's just start spinning the wheel and let's see a few games of balance on that. And I'll also get somebody doing this. Okay, so we're doing a bit of balance. Thank you. All right, well done. Can you now bend down and pick up the yellow ball, please, Rafaela? Is that the right way, saying it? I'll put it back down. Is that, am I saying your name right? Yeah, okay, cool. Pick up the multicoloured ball. And put it down.
Left hand left.
Right, Rafaela obviously is an athlete, yeah, because she's okay on that. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well done, beat it by 1.
I probably live and breathe hockey and I am a proper hockey geek. And I'm sure, I think I mentioned last time, that everybody that's in this room is probably a real sport geek in whatever sport you work with as well.
There's been a lot of studies done that show that boys, a main reason they compete in sport is because they want to win. A main reason that girls want to take part in sport is because they want to have friendships, they want to have cohesion with other people. If you ask boys to perform a particular skill because it will improve your chance of winning, and they can see that, then they're quite happy to go away and do that. Whereas girls will very, very often question it or analyse, well, why is that the case? And they will question. So what we build in a lot of our sessions now, particularly with the girls, is opportunities for them to ask questions. There was a cohort of about 500 college students that were surveyed, and they were asked to talk about or to provide information on the positive characteristics of their favourite coach. It wasn't a tick box exercise. They weren't given all these different options. It was words that they came out with. And the single biggest thing for both male and female was personality. Interesting, personality was also the most negative. So in effect, if a coach has a good personality, that was by far the most important thing to people. However, it was also the most destructive thing if they had a negative personality. The best coaches will have all them tools in the toolbox, and they pick the right ones out at the right time. And what you probably find is that we all sit closer to one side or closer to one box than another. The best ones have a real good balance and are able to pick the ones out they want at the right time.
I think tonight's been very useful. There's been a lot of good information that we can take back to the grassroots and the younger children.
Especially in developing girls, definitely developing girls. Yeah.
I think the balance and the moving, the agility exercises are quite important because, as we know now, that is the base and foundation for any sport.
It's something we will be working on. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So that's it. Thank you very much. We've really enjoyed it.
It has been an eye-opener from the sports psychology side of it, because that's what really we need to look at in this modern day. You know, in the past we never looked at sports psychology as an item on its own, and consequently now we're starting to look at that more deeply because we're going more technically into it.